I was wondering why he had one like man minion and all the others were girls or women. I thought that was weird.
If you
Pheromones,
can
man. Sexism.
pheromones, sexism.
What you're going to hear about today is nothing short of a miracle.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pubstomp, a podcast about games, TV shows, movies, and pop culture in general. Every episode, we discuss topics that we find interesting. Come join our shenanigans.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Pubstomp Podcast. I'm back. And
Welcome back.
also, Tyler's
New
back.
phone, who's
What's up,
this?
Tyler?
How's it going?
What's up, Maxie?
Hey.
It feels good to be back.
Does it, though?
Talking about Loki. The last episode, I've been waiting to talk about that, and then Black Widow, and also the Space Jam. I already watched it, but we have to wait until next week.
Oh, you already watched it?
I did.
Get ahead of us.
Wow.
Dude, okay. All right. I know we said not like talking of stuff, but I bought some Jordans, guys. All right.
Because
I
of the
grew up.
movie.
No. Just before that, because I was like, no. I mean, okay. So I grew up not a lot of money, right? So I got Shaqs. You know what Shaqs are? The Walmart shoes. So yeah, they're like.
I had some Shaqs too.
Yeah, they're like okay.
Those things
but
are
they're not
heavy.
yeah, they're not Jordans, right? So like
No.
I got them. I was like, you know what? Screw this. I always wanted to get some Jordans. I'm not the type of guy that would wear Jordans, right? You guys know me, but I just wanted them. And they're not cheap. They're $120, man. Who buys $120 shoes? It's ridiculous. It's insane. But the aftermarket, insane too. So anyway, they dropped.
Yeah.
I bought them. I'm an expert now because I buy keyboards. So they dropped. Boom, 7 in the morning. Buy them. They get in the house, and then they're so nice, man. They're so nice. I understand it now. But
Which
why are we
ones did you
talking about
get?
this? Oh, I got. No, they're like tropical
Air
green.
Jordan?
They're not. Yeah. No, the Air Jordans. Yeah, Air Jordans. Yeah.
Okay,
The
Air
high-
Jordans.
Yeah.
I know nothing about the world of Jordans. Oh yeah,
Me
yeah.
either.
I like these.
Yeah. So it's
Sure.
So they're like I just hold them in my hands. And it's like, oh man, this is what it feels like, to have some Jordans, and I just don't want to put them on. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, and that's why I watched Space Jam. Anyway, short story, long story short.
So you bought Jordans so that you can watch LeBron.
No.
James in space?
The other way around. No, because I watched the first one too. 'Cause,
Okay.
context.
Oh, that's
okay,
good.
okay,
You gotta
okay.
like because I haven't watched it in a long time. It's gotta watch it. Gotta compare and
Okay.
contrast. Do some homework, right?
All
Anyway,
right.
I have Jordans now. I put them on. It feels nice, and then be careful not to crease them. Just don't walk.
You're just walking on the balls or
Yeah,
the
just
heels
walk
or
on
whatever.
them. Yeah, exactly. No, don't crease them because if you crease them, like forget it. No street respect. Anyway, that's it. Enough of the banter there. But Loki, man, Loki. Last episode, guys. Maxie, tell me your thoughts, man, because I have a lot of thoughts and I don't know what to do with them. But maybe you have some light to shine on this. What did you think of this episode, man?
Man, I saw this episode and I finally understood.
The meaning of life.
The meaning of glorious purpose.
Dude,
That's good, man.
that has to be my favorite moment in the whole movie. 'Cause
Yes.
You see, the guy's all jaded. He's like, I went in solitude on another planet, and in the end, I just got bored. And then you see him at the end, like making skyscrapers, one hand after the other. Glorious purpose. So good, beautiful moment.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So
It
you
really
understood
hits the
it.
fan in that last in the last episode for sure.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
when
I
when
enjoyed it very much.
they find a man behind the castle or behind the curtains. And how do they refer to him? The
The
He
one
who
who
remains.
remains.
he who remains.
He
He doesn't have a name, right? But I think we know it's a variant of crap. I forgot the name. Mexi, help me out.
Kang the
Kang,
Conqueror.
there we go. Yeah, I keep forgetting the name because they don't. I mean, there's no reference to it. But people who know about the story is like, oh yeah, obviously that's Kang. but us normal people, it's like who that. One of the things that somebody was talking in our Slack channel was the performance. I think Mexy mentioned it to me too. It's like the performance was outstanding.
Oh, of He Who Remains, man.
He Who
What's
Remains.
Oh
his
yeah.
name?
Yeah, he's all.
Forget his name. Jonathan Mathers or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So I was reading that he improvised that scene where he jumps onto the table.
They let him do whatever he wanted.
Yeah, it's like dude,
Jonathan Majors. Sorry.
Yeah, Jonathan Majors. Yeah, he improvised that scene because you kind of like see the camera lag a little bit. That's because I was like, what is he gonna do? Oh shit, he's jumping on the table. All right, let's follow him. Yeah, nice. But
That was so good, man. That entire scene was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely feel like he's like something is off on this guy, like off his rocker. You know, he does give you that.
Right.
He is. He's gone. He's gone. But
yeah, when he's talking about how long he's been there for, like all this other crap, you're like, yup, I can tell.
Cuckoo.
Yeah. So one of the things that, speaking on this subject, that I didn't understand is that he wrote everything up to this point, right? He had the binder there with the notes that what they were gonna say and do, and then like, okay, I wrote everything up to this point. And from here on out, I don't know what's gonna happen. So that's kind of strange. That's my problem with like time travel. Because if he wrote everything up to this point, they were allowed to go see him, right? So they were whatever they did to get there, he wrote it, right?
Yeah. So I think the thing that people are getting hung up on, and they kind of explain this in one of the other Avengers, is like everybody thinks this time is a straight line. But if you look at when they were looking at the wide angle, you can see the timeline, right? And like it's going around. Time in the MCU is circular. That makes sense. So like, it's not that he doesn't know. It's just that at that point, when all the branching starts occurring, is like he's not controlling it anymore.
Yeah.
So it's not a. It's like he knew at that point that he was gonna die or not, right? That makes sense.
Right, so it's two paths, right? So I kind of like thought about it a lot. It's like, okay, how can I make this work in my brain, right? Because if it's true time travel, like do in other movies, it's only one timeline. Like, and then for example, in Back to the Future, when they go back, they change something, they affect the same timeline in the future, right? And then when they go back to the future, things are changed because they change stuff, right? But in here, whenever there's a change, there's a branch in the timeline. So there's another timeline that is separate from the one that you started off. So in theory, you could have multiple parallel universes that have branched because of different decisions. So kind of like if you speak in quantum terms, right? Yeah. So
and that's what happens.
Isn't it?
So that's okay.
Multiverse of madness. Isn't that what they call it?
Yep.
Yeah, and that's okay. What's less okay is you can jump between timelines and back in time and then forward. So it's like, okay, what the hell's going on here? But whatever, I'm okay with that.
Nah, because again, it goes back to the whole. It's circular time. So.
But what does that mean?
Is that all of these things are occurring at the same time if you are able to see it.
Okay, look, it's fine.
Just blew your mind.
Like you said, no, it just still doesn't make sense. But it's comic book land, right?
So okay. So he does explain it in the show. It's like everything's occurring at the same time, and you're thinking about it as branches and things happening, but what it actually is that all these universes are stacked on top of each other.
Okay.
So it's not like it's a branch and for you to come back to this branch, you have to travel a whole bunch of distance. You're just jumping up and down the stack is what he's saying.
Okay.
So it's not so much, oh, I'm going back in time. It's like time is occurring. It's just depending on how you're looking at it, especially when they're talking about the quantum realm. So they explain that bit in Avengers Endgame where Ant-Man goes into the quantum realm. And he thought he was in the quantum realm for 5 minutes or something like that. But when he comes out of it, it was like 5 years, I think it was, between the last two Avengers movies. So this whole quantum world and how time moves differently in this place is because all the universes are just on top of each other. So it's not so much you're jumping around and going all these places. You're just like, I want to come out here instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm curious to see how.
Well, if
this
you
happens,
watched all the movies, you would understand.
I know, because I saw it. They did like the thing with. I saw some video about like the Doctor Strange, and he can control time for one like area or something like that. I didn't see much. So yeah, I already said I'm gonna watch these movies. I have to now.
Finally
I'll
got
bite the
him.
bullet. I know. I'll
But
go
just
follow the. I'll go
just
find
know
the checklist.
I've seen them all. I've seen them all, and I still don't understand the shit.
Yeah, I'll get the checklist. I'll go in order to see if all this stuff makes sense. But
It doesn't.
anyway,
You really have to sit there and like you actually have to sit there and think about life and be like, okay, I see the Matrix. I see the Matrix.
Yeah, but anyway, I think okay. Another jumping to another part of the final episode, the fight between Sylvie and Loki. That was kind of it was pretty. I mean, the fight was not good, but the symbolism was pretty good, right? Because Loki was trying to fight against all of his instincts to like not betray her. Like, look, no, don't like. Cause Sylvie would like wanted to kill he who remains, and Loki's like, wait, let's think about this. And he's like, get out of my way. And the thing that got me pretty hard was the betrayal, right? Like Loki kissed Sylvie. And then she pushed him and then sent them to another dimension and back somewhere else. So
Which again, is it masturbation or not? I'm just saying, it's kind of weird to kiss yourself.
Maybe, I don't know, but it's such
There's
a
an argument
betrayal
for it.
Yeah. Betrayal, man. It's not cool. It's so sad.
You think it was betrayal? If you yourself are doing this to yourself, is it really betrayal? Like,
but it's not yourself. I mean, you can betray yourself.
She also told him the whole time what she was going to do. I don't think she ever changed her mind. He was just trying to change her mind the whole time.
Gotcha.
It seemed like to me she was pretty set. He's the one that kind of changed his thought process.
And it's true though, because he lived through, like, he saw his timeline, right? He saw when he dies and all this other crap, and like he understood maybe this guy isn't the worst thing out there. Because if the fucking psycho man is telling you, just wait till you see the guys, the other parts of me, like, ooh, you hear this crazy. How are the other guys?
Right.
So she's like,
meanwhile, she lived her whole life hiding because she wasn't supposed to exist, and it was that guy's fault because he didn't write her in, right? So she was set on it. Wow,
no. Of course he did. He did. He had to have, because that is.
But in her eyes, from her perspective,
right? From her perspective. But if he wrote everything up to this point, he wrote everything. He gave them. That's why, like, I struggle with it, because there's no free will. Everything was scripted, and they got there because he wanted them to get there. And I guess he didn't write that part. Yeah,
like anger is like the right emotion there.
Yeah.
Right,
I'd be pissed.
But he says that too, right? That's why what's her name? Ravonna was really mad too. Or like the last line that she says is, I'm gonna go look for free will. Like, oh
yeah.
Ooh, yeah. And then we don't see her again, and then we don't know. Did fucking the other guy get his jet ski finally? I don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen.
No, man, they got brainwashed by the time loops.
Yeah,
they forgot who Loki was.
Right, and that's the thing. No, I don't know if they forgot. I think so. When Loki came back, he came back to a different timeline or something, because he came back and they didn't know who he was, and there was a statue of
Kang.
Yeah, Kang.
You can't remember Kang, the easiest thing.
I know, man. I keep forgetting. I don't know why. So he comes back and sees a statue of Kang. Where before there was a statue of the three other timekeepers, right? So what happened there? That's I didn't like that. No,
it makes perfect sense. He came back into a timeline, right? Because
to
again, if you look, it's not a different timeline. It's a timeline.
Yeah, she put him in a random one, right? She didn't know.
Oh, okay. I don't know. How does she know how to use the freaking watch thing? I don't know, man. She just opened a portal out of nowhere. Like, what the hell? Okay.
It looks like a sidekick. You remember that film from back in the day? Sidekick.
Oh, the sidekick.
That's all the cool kids had him. I don't know.
No, because she had a different one. When she used it, she used the one.
Yeah, she used the powerful one, the watch. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, but like, if you think about it, where they were is at the end of time, right? So anytime she kicked them back to would be in the past. So it's like, you know, like she just sent him back.
But they were acting as if the same thing was happening, like everything was out of control. So I don't know. We'll see. Season 2 is renewed.
Because everything was happening, right? All the timelines are going crazy because now the TVA existed, right? And their whole job is to stop this from happening. But all of a sudden, all the timelines are going crazy. So like it's happening because it's happening. So now what's going to happen is like, what do we do to control all this? Do we control all this?
The what are they called? The
multiverse.
No, the war. What is it called? The something multi-timeline war or whatever it's called.
Multiversal world. I don't know.
Something like that.
Tomorrow
They mentioned
War?
it, but I forget. Yeah, not tomorrow.
Movie,
No,
sorry.
did you guys watch that movie? Oh, dude.
No, not yet.
Okay, you should watch it just for the.
I barely watched Black Widow today, man.
Well, good segue, man.
Oh. Wait. Before we, so I was reading.
We were reading.
Since we're talking about multiverses and stuff, I was reading that with the what if timelines are all canon. So everything that happens in what if, so you know what if, the new show that's coming from Marvel where they're saying like, what happens if Peggy was Captain America instead? What if happens if T'Challa was taken instead of Star-Lord? All these things, all of them are canon.
These are different multiverses or timelines.
Yep, these are different timelines.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So everything that's happening now is canon. So it's gonna be crazy what they're gonna do. I don't know, man.
I am pretty stoked for the next whatever phase.
Phase 4.
Because it's gonna get crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's the exciting part too, because apparently the way they're setting it up, from what it sounds like, is that the He Who Remains or Kang character, what's his name, Jonathan Masters or something. I think he's gonna pop up in the different movies that are coming out, but he's gonna be different versions of himself. So it's kind of cool to see that.
That's what I was thinking. That makes sense. Yeah, that should be cool.
Really cool. Yeah, because you get to see him like play different characters. He's playing the same character but differently. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Will they have like some kind of marker to tell you like, hey, this is this timeline, this is that timeline?
No, man, I don't think that's part of the goal. I think they want you to be confused.
Oh, they want you to be confused. Okay, because how are you? I mean, you watch one movie and he's like a crazy guy, and then you watch another movie, he's like just a badass or something.
The goal, from what I understand, is they want you to watch Disney Plus and they want you to watch the movies because they're all going to be connected. They're all in order, how they want to come out. So, like, if you missed a movie or if you missed a TV show, that's your fault, man. You know where to get us.
just
on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's kind of smart, but like, I don't know. So we already know who the big bad is. Phase 4 goes all the way into 2023. So it'll be interesting, man. You know, it's gonna.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Because I have questions about how, if the Black Widow family, does that make sense? Fits into the new series or the new phase or whatever we're gonna go. We can get to that in a minute, but
it's gonna have to, right? Because
So I can. Do we want to talk about it now, or do we want to talk about it later?
Yeah, let's get into the movie. Okay. Because I think we can talk about the stinger, right?
We can talk the stinger. Yeah. Because the end credit scene sets up what they're setting up, and I can tell you that later. All right?
Yeah. All right, we're gonna talk about it, so don't leave because we're gonna talk about it real fast.
I'll stay right here.
Stay right here.
Good.
All right, and now the show. The reason why we're here, Black Widow, and this happens before. It's like this Black Widow's Natasha's backstory, origin story.
It happens? No, it's not even an origin story. Like the first 5 minutes are an origin.
Yeah, for 5 minutes. Yeah, I'll tell you like.
It's like filling in the gaps.
This movie occurs after Civil War, but before Black Panther, I believe.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. You're the one who's supposed to know this stuff.
Yeah, you're like you're the timekeeper, man.
It happens after Civil War. I know that, but I don't remember what movie comes after the Civil War. MCU.
What? You don't know everything?
Oh. Man.
It's cool. Are you looking? Look it up and tell us what's up.
Let me
because Civil War was the like Wachovia Accords, when they
Doctor Strange.
destroyed the city and.
So it's after Civil War, which is Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Thor: Ragnarok, Black Panther. So I assume it's before Black Panther, because Black Panther's when, what's his name? They started doing stuff in America again, and I think they show Bucky being okay, right?
Right. Because in the movie, in Black Widow, when she's in a bathroom talking to some dudes, the guy says, "We already captured all these guys, so why don't you surrender?" So I don't know what. I have no idea what that is in reference to, but.
After Civil War, people become criminals, so they get captured and put in jail, and then she obviously goes and saves them at the end of the movie. But no spoilers. Spoilers.
No spoilers. It's fine. Look, man, it's been 10 years. So you can spoil everything. All right. Well, I guess Roundtable. Start with Tyler. What's up, Tyler? Did you like the Black Widow?
I did like it. It was. I had like no expectations for it. It was funnier than I expected. I love some of the characters, and I hope that we see them again. That's why I had that question.
Nice.
Like the dad and the mom and the sister are all alive in the end, and they just kind of, you don't see them in any other movies unless I'm blind. So I'm curious about that. Yeah, it was good. I think Carly laughed in this movie more than I've ever heard her laugh in like any sort of superhero movie or anything, and that was fun.
Interesting. Cool. Cool. I'll go next because I have a different take on that. Oh man.
Oh no.
I don't like the jokes. I just.
You don't like the meta jokes?
It's just like to me. Just this seems very. Maybe I'm just a different person. To me, just seems out of place. But I mean, they were funny. But it's like you guys are about to get killed. Can you guys not do this right now? Like something's gonna happen. But I think overall, I had no. I mean, I don't know much of this universe. I'm barely catching on talking to you guys and watching these movies, so I didn't know what to expect. I remember seeing Iron Man, and I asked Mexy, like, is there a recipe to these movies? Like some jokes, some pew-pews, and then some more talking, and then some more pew-pews. I enjoyed the last 45 minutes of this movie a lot. Like those fight scenes were like amazing. And so yeah, I mean I did like it because it was not too heavy on the story. It told me enough to know what was going on. I'm sure I missed some of the stuff that probably Mex is gonna catch on to, and hopefully later I'll appreciate all the details. But I think overall it's definitely an enjoyable movie. I'll probably have to watch it again just to pick up more stuff because it's a long movie and a lot of stuff happened. So that's my take. Mexy, what do you think?
It's the origin story that I didn't need. I mean, it was fine. I don't think it added anything to the show or the movie other than maybe the last 30 minutes, and I'm including the credits in that.
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing.
Yeah, but it was good. I mean, I was entertained. I don't think I would watch it again, personally, unless I had to for some other reason.
It doesn't seem like a cornerstone movie, right? Okay.
Yeah, like
it doesn't seem that important.
It kind of doesn't. Like
the only thing you need, I guess, is the connection with the family. Yelena,
the sister,
and Alexei, and like those guys seem to. I think those are for sure gonna come back again.
Oh yeah,
there's
I
no
hope
way
so.
These guys are gone. And I think that was the main because I think when I watch any Marvel stuff now, I watch it with the eyes of you guys.
What does
like,
this mean? What does that say?
Yeah, what does that mean? Or like, how is this gonna tie up to the rest of the other movies, right? So that's how. And I agree with Mexy. It's a lot of the stuff is like pretty isolated. It's like, okay, so what?
And we're too early in the phase to figure out what's gonna happen, right? I mean, so maybe something happens in the Spider-Man, the next Spider-Man movie. We're like, there it is, you know.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Right. So is the next Spider-Man movie also in this section of the timeline?
Everything in Phase 4 is Shang-Chi, the Eternals, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Thor, Black Panther, the Marvels, Ant-Man, Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy, and the Fantastic Four.
So yes.
Right, but is it like after Endgame or before?
When Black Widow?
Like, no, I know Black Widow is, but like Spider-Man and do you know where those movies are gonna fit in the timeline?
So everything right now is after Endgame.
Okay.
Actually, Endgame is not the last movie in Phase 3. It's Spider-Man.
Right. But that was my point. Is like this movie feels like it's not like a Phase 4 movie, really, but it kind of introduces a few things.
Right. Because chronologically, it takes place in Phase 2, I think.
Right. And that's why I was curious, like those characters, Alexei and Yelena and Melina, whoever names those characters, it's the same name.
Actually, there is one big thing. Okay, we'll get to it. There is one big thing that I thought was very interesting that I'm curious to see how they tie it up. You want me to say now, or you want to go through the movie?
Go.
Okay. So when Alexei's talking about how he fought Captain America in the 80s, and then somebody brings up like he was frozen back till then, and then he asks Black Widow like, did Captain America talk to you about me? So obviously there was a Captain America during that time. So was it like Isaiah, right? The Black Captain America, or was there other Captain Americas that we don't know at that point? Like,
because some guy was calling him on his. He was like, there was no Captain America at that time, and then
yeah.
It's a great Russian accent, by the way.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Real
so that's what I'm interested in, to see what they're gonna do with that, because that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's too early to see how this movie is gonna fit in with everything, but I think they did do like these little hooks in there where you're like, oh, what you gonna do with that, huh?
What you gonna do with that?
It's just so weird to me though that those characters. It's like 2016, right? And then those characters are alive and they're out there, but they don't show up for the rest of the movies, right? Up until Endgame, you never see them.
Because they're back.
So far, I guess.
I mean, that doesn't bump on me because that's hard. Because like when you're watching like Spider-Man, like why didn't the Avengers show up for Spider-Man? Why didn't they show up for Doctor Strange? Right?
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
If you put it aside, they're just sticking with that thing.
There's gotta be a little bit of like suspended disbelief. It's like, okay, guys, bear with us. It's a movie. Okay,
right.
Chill out.
It also creates more areas to make more movies, because this Black Widow movie, I never thought we were gonna get. It was a big break in the timeline.
And one thing that Mexy had to tell me is like she dies, right? So that's important for me to know, because I didn't know this. It's like, okay, whatever. It's not important. It's like, okay, it doesn't matter because her timeline, she is no longer in the movies. So that's good to know. Good facts, because that tells me that I don't have to care so much about this character.
Yeah. And like all the characters that died in the Endgame kind of like passed the torch to somebody. Like there's a new Captain America, and Iron Man kind of passes it off to Spider-Man, I think, and War Machine. Or
so you
whatever.
think Yelena's gonna be the new?
Yeah, Yelena kind of takes her place. I think so, right?
I mean, you guys want to cover this or not? I'm just saying.
Yeah, we should. I mean, wow, whatever. We're just rambling on this one. Let's go. Yeah.
Okay, so it seems that they're setting up the Young Avengers for sometime in the next phase or this phase, because Yelena is one of the Young Avengers. I think Kid Loki becomes one of the Young Avengers too. And you see him. Oh, is he though? Is he?
Interesting.
Timelines, bro. Hawkeye's daughter is also in the Young Avengers. Scarlet Witch's two sons are in the Young Avengers as well.
Oh.
Interesting. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it seems like that's what they're setting up for. How that's going to come into play or something. Because, I mean, if you think about it, all the real Avengers, like the original Avengers, they're all getting old, right? I mean, time passes.
Gotta bench them, yeah.
Right, but if you get young people, they're in their like early 20s, you can carry that on for another 15 years, you know, like phase 6.
Yeah, cool. Nice.
So I think that's their plan. How do we get there? It'll be interesting. That's the exciting part.
All right, that's very, very cool. I mean, so if I were to just watch these movies on my own, I wouldn't appreciate them as I do when I talk to you guys, because honestly, you know, it's hard for me to like these. But when you guys pull out these things, you guys get all excited. It's like, oh, I get excited too. Hey.
Yeah, man, it's exciting just to like. I've said it before. It's like there's Kevin Feige is looking at this and creating this story like he's not doing tomorrow's movie. He's like 10 years in the future. Like, what are we doing? How are we gonna get there? And it's kind of cool to see somebody have that creative idea, right? The only other person that I know has done that is like the dude from One Piece who's been writing that like 30 years already. And he's still like, I got like 10, 15 more years to go. Like, what? Are you gonna die?
Imagine if he does. Oh man.
Freaking like the Game of Thrones dude, man. He's like 80 and he still hasn't finished the last 2 books.
Dang.
Never gonna happen.
Never gonna happen. All right. Well, so I guess favorite character. Do you guys have any favorite character that you guys liked in this movie, or anybody that you wanna highlight specifically? Mexy, you wanna take a stab at
It's a tie between Yelena, whatever her name is, and Alexei. I don't know. I think in the goodness of his heart, he actually meant all the things that he did, even though he's kind of a dick.
He started singing like American Pie, whatever the song is called. That was so sweet.
Yeah. No, man.
Yeah. That's so sweet. He was Russian. Like, in Russian.
Yeah.
the peace story. Father, I was swimming in a fish.
He went bathroom on my hands.
Bathroom on my hands. He's like, no, stop talking. He's like, oh, no, hold on. He sang the song, man. Look, he just doesn't know. It's hard being a parent, you know? It's hard. I understand.
Or like when he puts his suit on, and I kind of like the parallels, right? Because like when they talk about Isaiah, right, from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, how they put him in jail and all this other crap, and then they put the Red Guardian in jail. It's like it's a very interesting parallel that they they took both of their super soldiers and put them in jail, and they're kind of jaded about it, right?
Yeah,
it's kind of cool. So, I think it was him.
Those Alexei and Yelena.
Yelena is just funny, man. She's funny. Yeah. Like, she has the funniest line. It's like, this is the first thing I bought. And she's talking about that jacket thing.
The pockets.
The vest. And she's like, I knew you liked it. Like, it's funny.
Yeah. Apparently, Black Widow's wearing that vest in all the other movies too. Just so you guys know. I was reading about it.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So it's
that's
like
pretty cool.
There. I don't know how they like.
The little details, man.
Yeah, I know, man.
And there you go.
The only reason I read about these things is because of Mexy. It's like Mexy's like, no, man, they do everything for a reason. It's like, bullshit. And then the vest shows up, and the other movie's like, oh snap, the vest shows up.
10 years.
In the next movie, somebody's gonna be talking about a teacup, and you're gonna be like googling it. Teacup.
Googling it. Yeah.
This has to be
significance
important.
of teacup. Yeah. Maybe the little piggy comes back again. I don't know, man.
It's gotta be annoying, right? To be like looking at this stuff and you're just like, what does this mean? Like, why did they say this word? Like, you gotta be like thinking about it.
Yeah. Tyler, do you have a favorite character?
I was gonna say the same thing. It's a tie between Yelena and Alexei, because they did with Alexei and the mom and Yelena. They did this stereotypical like cold Russian thing, like the cold Russian family thing that they just happen to be spies. I thought it was pretty fun. I thought it was pretty good. And then his jokes were pretty funny. And then when Yelena has the meta stuff where she makes fun of Black Widow for being a poser, like her superhero landings and stuff. Yeah. And then they tied back to that in the end when she did the superhero landing, and then she said, "Oh, that was gross." I thought that was funny. So and
multiple times.
Yeah, and we were talking. Mexy and I were talking about this, or I think we all were. Where sometimes the meta stuff can be forced, but I feel like it fits her character. Like they kept all the meta stuff to Yelena's character, and that worked. I think it worked really well. So I really like those two.
Nice.
Yeah. Such a poser line got me. Just
like
laughing.
Yeah,
like, oh.
When she's at the store, it's like, why do you have to do this like thing and then flip your head back? Like, you're such a poser.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite is Alexei. He's just like it's gonna be so sad to be him. Cause he's a super soldier, right? So he has the same powers as Captain America, but nobody knows about him. He's like the knockoff, the Captain America knockoff, and he has a shield too, and all that stuff, and he's just like, he reminds me of Homer Simpson. I don't know why. Like kind of like awkward and like a little bit clumsy, you know, like. But I don't know. I just thought his character was on point. He was doing his job. He was fulfilling a mission, and then he got shafted. He got sent to jail for whatever reason. Yeah, so
he's like the superhero that wants to be the superhero the most.
Yeah, I know, right? He wants it.
He wants to protect the motherland.
Yeah, he got himself into that suit. He's like, hey, it still fits. It was freaking tight, but he got in there, man. The helmet didn't even fit right because his beard, he couldn't close it.
Yeah.
So, what? It's hilarious. Oh man. So do you guys have any memorable scenes of this movie? Any scenes that really stuck out to you guys that wanna discuss?
The pocket scene.
The pocket scene.
Yeah, where the
pockets.
vest. Like, oh, this. I knew you liked it. It's like, okay. Not really. I mean, like I said, the movie's entertaining. I mean, I was annoyed by the last 15 minutes of the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because like the thing was blowing up, but it didn't make sense how it was blowing up. Like they blew an engine, and then all of a sudden we're gonna blow this entire thing, but it was like blowing from the outside in. So it's kind of like, okay, this is a little too convenient. Just saying.
And it wasn't really like this. It wasn't really falling. It seemed like, right? Because it was actually falling, you wouldn't be able to run, right? You would be like kind of suspended.
They said it was a control crash or something like that.
Yeah, whatever, dude. That thing was not a control.
Okay, and I'm just giving you what they said. I didn't think Taskmaster was that cool of a character, in my opinion.
And Taskmaster is the Iron
the one
Man.
that was hunting. Yeah, the one that was hunting them down.
Yeah.
The lady, the daughter, it was brainwashed.
Antonia.
Yeah.
Did you know it was a daughter? That one actually got me.
I didn't know. I thought it was gonna be like a robot, but I guess it was pretty messed up that it ended up being her daughter. Dude, that guy.
I thought it was gonna be the mom for a while. To be honest.
Oh.
Like that just seemed like the logical person until she showed up.
Yeah. I was wondering why he had one like man minion and all the others were girls or women. You know, I thought that was weird.
Pheromones, man. Sexism.
Sexism. Yeah. So, did you guys see it? So I did. Okay. So in contrast of Mexi, I enjoyed the last 15 minutes because of all that like exaggerated like nonsense. Like when Black Widow's falling, right? Like falling, free fall, and then they're jumping off of platforms and shit. Like, dude, like you would, if anybody would. Because she doesn't have superpowers, right? She's just a person. If anybody would have gotten hit the way she's gotten hit in this movie, she would be dead, right? Or immobilized. But she was flying through the air. She got a parachute conveniently placed on a platform, put it on her sister, and then proceeded to fight the Taskmaster in the air, and then somehow still survived the landing. Like, all right, it's a little bit intense, right?
I'm gonna spoil another movie just because if you like that scene, you're gonna love Fast 9. Oh my goodness! Just saying. If you love that scene, Fast 9 is gonna be the most entertaining movie you've seen all year.
I can't wait to watch that.
Yeah, it was a little like make believe stuff, but I thought it was cool. Like the camera and then as they're falling, she's jumping off platforms. It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, the sequence was cool. I'm not hating on the sequence. I just thought like the whole thing blowing up was stupid. I was just like, okay, like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, when Yelena stuck the sword into the engine and then she like, I want to do it. Like, no, don't do it. It's like, that's not gonna end well for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tyler, do you have any scenes that pop up to you that's like, oh yeah, that's my favorite. That's one of my favorite scenes.
The falling scene at the end was really good. I did really like that one. The bridge fight scene I thought was pretty neat.
Yeah.
When she was fighting Taskmaster for the first time, and then the prison breakout scene, was the most annoying and also pretty awesome scene. It was annoying because it was really stupid. the way she was
super
flying the
sloppy,
helicopter,
Eh,
and it was like it made no sense, but it was also pretty cool. So
yeah.
turn off the logic for a minute. That was a pretty cool scene.
You know, this is gonna sound like a weird complaint, but I'm gonna say it anyways. I feel this movie had too much CGI.
Yeah,
There was a
look,
lot.
you could tell, like when the Taskmaster was chasing them on the tank through the city, you could see all the CG.
Oh yeah, that
over
was so
the-
bad.
It was like you could. It's like clearly you could see
Yeah.
it.
I thought that was so unnecessary the way they drove the tank through all the cars, and
I
it
know,
just
right?
wasn't like we didn't. How many movies do we have tanks running through cars? We don't need that. We've seen it.
Yeah, we don't need that. And it's like, where did this tank come from? It's like all of a sudden, like, bam,
Yeah, it made no
they have
sense.
A tank, and
Okay.
but
I'm glad you guys feel the same because it's just like it was, like I know all the movies have CGI, but it just felt noticeable. Like it was just out of place in this one, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
On the flying scene down, that's why I like that scene because even though there was CGI, I could tell it was less noticeable and more like theatrical, I guess you would say, more like for fun. But the
They
car
spent the money.
chasing, yeah, for the car chasing, you could see on the edges of the things like, okay, this is fake, this is real, this is fake, this is real. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's a lot.
That falling scene reminded me of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier opening scene a lot. I
Okay.
really like those.
Yeah.
I really like those.
When she went
the
through the
style
helicopter?
of those two scenes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the Black Widow wouldn't she did not fall gracefully into the other airplane. She like smacked her back into the airplane and like
Yeah.
went through it. It's like, dude, you would be like done right at that fall. Because they also had Yelena and Black Widow had that fight at the apartment,
Mhm.
and Yelena kicks Black Widow into the edge of the door frame, and then dude, like nobody, dude, if you hit that way, she spun a few times, like dude, you would be dead. Like, how are these people still standing?
Yeah.
Must be all the vodka, man.
Oh,
The vodka.
I just thought of another cool scene, which
Oh,
is not that
cool, 'cause-
cool, but it's just,
yeah.
it reminded me. You reminded me when she breaks her nose. I was like, bro, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the pheromones or whatever, like, oh, you have to sever this nerve right here. It's like, oh, you didn't hit me hard enough. I'm gonna have to do it myself. Wow. Damn, bro, that's gotta
like-
hurt.
Fight Club, man.
Yeah, I know. Right? Well, yeah, and they did a scene like it's like I was like, huh, her nose looks crooked. It's like, oh, it's broken. And she put it back together. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh man, I don't know. That was the crappiest encryption too on the computer. Just slide the ring.
Oh, when
up.
she slid the ring.
Yeah. Even the iPhone has
Logging
better
in.
encryption than that. Sorry, the Android, like with the swiping thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. All that stuff was cheese, right? It's fine. It's cheese. It's okay.
I just love how this guy spends all this money. He has this crazy computer screen that's like the entire wall, and it's just shades of red.
I know.
Yeah,
It's
because Black Widow, man, that makes
Yeah.
perfect sense.
I know. It's just like,
That's why the glass cloud that cures you is also red, because Black Widows. That's stupid. I hate when they do stuff like that.
It's fine. I'm okay with that. The gas didn't explain it. Somebody found the antidote to kill the chip, I guess, or something. I don't know, the control
Brainwashing.
brainwashing thing. But the scene that I thought was pretty cool. Do you guys remember the fight when Yelena? I guess we're just going to scenes that we found cool. When Yelena's fighting another, I guess, Black Widow that's already been like unbrainwashed, and Yelena like has her hand. Sorry,
The
go
knife
ahead.
scene? The knife scene?
Yeah, the knife scene when she drops the knife and then wow, I was like, oh damn, that's so cool. I never seen that before in another movie. I don't know if that's a
That
common
would have
thing.
been cool if Game of Thrones didn't ruin that.
Oh, they did a lot there. Okay,
And Game of Thrones to do something similar. I was just like,
okay,
I was,
gotcha.
in my head when I saw that, I'm like, like that's just a Game of Thrones reference.
Gotcha. Well, in contrast, I was like, "Whoa, damn!" I was like, "Oh snap, you go, girl!" But I didn't realize that they were good. They were good people. So I was like, "Sorry."
It's fine, man. It's fine.
It's fine. Some guys.
It would have been a cool scene if they didn't ruin it for me. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's okay for me. Oh, let me just tell you, it was pretty cool from my end. I haven't seen Game of Thrones, so it was pretty dope. What did you guys think, or who is that character that Natasha goes to buy stuff from him. Is that character in all the other movies, or is just here?
I
don't know
believe
his
he's
name.
an original for this one.
Okay.
Don't remember his name either.
I didn't write his name either, but it's the guy that buys her stuff or gets her passports or whatever.
Yeah, I just know him as the guy from Handmaid's Tale.
Okay. Cool. So
is that a good or a bad thing?
Ah, he's a cool actor. I like him.
I think his name is Mason. That's what
I like this
IMDb
character.
says.
His character in the show actually was kind of weak though, because he's just like the get me what I need character.
Right, and he's like, I don't know. Every time Black Widow's or Natasha sees him, he's sleeping. So I guess he's just tired because he's doing all these trips. I don't know where the hell he buys airplanes and fake passports, but I get it. That's his job. So
yeah,
I don't know. It
says he was a former SHIELD agent. Ooh.
Gotcha. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. To me, it was like, I don't know who this guy is. Is he important? Is he relevant? I guess they needed somebody to get her stuff, so that's him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to know if it was important or not, but it sounds like it's not. The pig, though, guys, that was pretty. This scene. What you guys think of that?
Oh, the pig.
Moms.
Yeah.
So she named the pig Alexei.
That was pretty funny. Yeah.
That was funny. And I guess she installed the chip on it to or whatever, mind control, and then made him stop breathing. And they were just chatting, and poor little piggy is like just dying over there. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I'm not cool. That scene was rough, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be CG, and they can't train a pig to go do that. Or maybe you can. Can you?
Man, pigs are smart, man.
Yeah, I don't know. If they can train it, that's cool.
PETA gonna be mad about that one.
Yeah, I know, right? But I mean, I'm sure they didn't do any harm. They can't make a pig stop breathing.
Yeah.
Right? So that was.
I think the mouse cares, man. The mouse does what the mouse wants.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Overall, I thought it was. Like you said, it doesn't really affect the other movies as much. I couldn't tell that it was gonna affect the other stuff, except at the very end, like Tyler was saying. Now we discovered 3 more characters. And I think you said it, right?
Elaine.
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 Yeah, Elaine. But in the actual movie is Yelena, Melina, and Alexei. They're probably gonna come back. And like you said, I didn't know about the Young Avengers, so she's gonna be part of it. But yeah, man, that after credit scene or post credits, somewhere in the middle, because there were more credits after that. But somewhere at the end of the movie, there was another scene where it's somewhere in the future where now Natasha is dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was cool because I wouldn't have gotten it otherwise. So thank you for telling me that she was no longer there. I was like, I already know she's dead. All right, cool. Thank you, Mexy, for letting me know. Because
you're welcome.
What is? They didn't say her name, but Elaine from Seinfeld shows up.
Miss Hydra or something like that.
Miss Hydra, yeah.
Or Baron Hydra, I think. Baroness Hydra.
Yeah. So
I forget what it's just.
Yeah, so she comes out with. So I guess in this year, like an actual like IRL time, she came out in the Captain America, the Winter Soldier, right? So she was there to recruit the bad Captain America. Well, I forget his name. Black Agent or Dark, whatever his name is.
U.S. Agent.
U.S. Agent, yeah. But we don't know what she is supposed to do there yet. And it sounds like here she's more like recruiting people to act like as hitmen. Is that her role, or I don't know?
I think she's making her own like Avengers, but not nice Avengers.
I see.
I think that's what they're gonna go for.
Okay.
IMO.
Because she shows Yelena an iPad with the picture of the Archer. I don't know who that guy is.
Hawkeye, man, Hawkeye. Come on.
Hawkeye. The guy with the bow. Hawkeye, and apparently he killed her. He killed Natasha. So I don't know, spoilers, but whatever. Did he actually kill her?
No.
Oh, okay. Damn, poor guy. He didn't kill her.
Yeah, man, you gotta watch the movie so that you can see what happened, man. Cause
it's fine. I'm gonna go watch him. Okay. So, and that was it. Just she shows her like, okay, you wanna join? You wanna kill? You wanna get vengeance on whoever killed your sister? And then she's like, of course. And she has a dog. So I don't know
she got a dream, man.
Yeah, I don't know
because
why
she said it. Because she said it in the beginning.
That's true. She did say it. Yeah, she wanted to have a dog.
You're not watching these movies like you should be watching it. Every line matters.
Every line matters. I try, man. They just talk a lot. Actually, this movie didn't talk that much. It was mostly jokes.
It was pretty easy to keep up.
Yeah.
Easier than most. You got off easy.
So that she did get a dog. But I don't know. Was there anything else that was like a subtext in that last scene? Very last scene?
Nah, other than let you know that the Hawkeye TV show is coming.
Oh, he's gonna get his own show.
Yeah, and I guess part of the thing is Yelena hunting him down. Seems to be part of that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Is that going to be the period of time when he was in Japan or China? Where was he?
No, it's after Endgame.
Oh, okay.
Because what's her name's already dead, right?
Got it.
And
Current
his
time.
daughter is supposed to come out in that. So I think he's training his daughter to be the next Hawkeye.
Which feeds into your Young Avengers theory.
Well, I know for sure they're setting up some. I don't know if they're setting up. They've been pretty hush hush about the Young Avengers, but I know they're setting up Secret Wars, which is like a whole big thing in the comics. So I don't know. We'll see.
Oh snap!
Secret Wars was like a big thing. I think it's like 12 issues or something like that. It was like 12 issues plus all the other tie-ins. So that's all I know.
Cool. That was the last scene. The other scene that I did like at the Tyler mentioned that of the like stereotypical Russian like family was at the very end when she's like, Natasha's like, I'm gonna stay. You guys go. I was like, shut up, you like boneheaded or whatever. I thought that scene was funny too. So I'll give you that. So I think they made a lot of parallels of families. Fast 9 family, right? Like, because she has the Avengers family, which is all broken up. And she has her Russian family, which is all broken up. So I don't know if that's like some kind of like meaning stuff, but I don't know.
What you're gonna find out at the end of Phase 4 is Toretto shows up and he's like, "You never turn your back on family," and that's gonna tie it all together, and it's gonna be like, "Oh, beautiful."
Nice. Oh,
Fast 11. That's how it's gonna end. Phase 4.
11.
Bam! Everything coming together.
He's gonna unite the timelines.
Yeah, man, he's gonna unite the time. He's gonna drive the DeLorean at the end of it.
Oh man, that'd be something. Oh my god.
Man.
I'd watch.
Feel free to take these ideas.
Yeah, write them down, send them over to the writer. Like he'll take them. Like, yeah, that's the one.
That one's free.
I don't even want money. I just want to see it. I just want to see it. Yes. That's all I want.
Oh man. Cool.
Anywho.
Well, I guess with that's our thoughts on Black Widow. I think it's good. All movies are now 2 hours long, so it's freaking, I guess normal movie now. So
You're finally getting over that.
I'm already.
That's
like,
no longer a
watching,
negative.
like, this is our 52nd episode, so it's like already after watching like whatever 40 movies. Okay, fine. 2 hours is the norm now. Apparently, no more 90-minute movies. But yeah, so it's fine. It's a lot of stuff that happened that could have been cut out, but I guess it's good for like eye candy. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
gotta see it to happen.
See it to happen. But yeah, I'd recommend this. You have to, right? It's the part of the MC. If you're following this universe, you have to watch this movie, at least even for the minor details. You just gotta do it.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. It's gonna be great.
Cool.
Phase 4 is starting.
what is next after this? What is coming out next?
Movie wise or TV show wise?
Just anything that's next in the whatever pipeline.
I believe Shang-Chi is the next, or What If is next, and then Shang-Chi after that.
Okay. Cool. Nice.
So there's a lot, man. There's a lot. We got
Yeah. Cool. And I mean, switching topics a little bit. Old is coming out tomorrow. Tomorrow being Friday.
Carly wants to watch that. It creeps me out.
You guys should go see it. You said that you were the one that said it. If you listen to a recap of our New Year.
It looks
episode.
fine, but like M. Night Shyamalan has been pretty hit or miss in my life.
Hey,
okay,
man, you gotta take risks.
I'm not saying I
Tell
won't.
you, go see it, man. Carly wants to go see. Just
I'm going to. Obviously, she wants to.
No. Hear me out. Okay, hear me out. Go watch Old, but you have to make a trade to go see Fast 9.
Yeah. Yes. I don't know if that's a fair trade, but yeah.
It is an extremely fair trade, in my opinion. Because I was entertained the entire time with Fast 9. Every stupid thing that happened, I'm all like, I believe it. Like, there's no reason for me not to believe this is real now.
Just tell me one thing. Did the magnets make any sense?
When you say magnets, do you mean like why they exist or like how they use them?
How they use them.
How they use them makes sense.
Okay,
but that's not the craziest part in the movie.
Okay.
But they use magnets. Magnets make sense. They use them in the Fast 8 or whatever, the last one, Fate of the Furious.
Okay.
Magnets that's old news, man. That's old news.
Gotcha. No,
You want to know? You want to know what they actually did? That you're like, oh, okay, that's new.
What was new?
Drove a car into space.
Oh snap!
Finally, I've been waiting for him to get there.
I think you called
crazier and
I think,
crazier.
or somebody did. They're like, oh, they're gonna drive. This thing's not gonna end until they drive a car into space. Yeah. They did it.
Sir, what is next? I'm just saying the DeLorean. Not far. I think they may go into the past now.
Time machine, yes.
Try to save Brian, like bring back Brian's.
Oh man. Yeah,
just
I don't
saying.
know. That's interesting. Yeah. So you don't think this is done? You think there's more?
Oh no, they already said there's more. There's 2 more movies.
Dang.
There's a Fast and Furious 10 and 11. They're shooting them simultaneously. So what I've heard is that it's basically like the final movie part 1 and part 2, because why make 3 million when you can make 6 million, right?
Yeah, of course.
So,
right? Simple math.
Yeah. But yeah, they're that's their plan, man. And I'm like, you know what? I'm all for it. I've seen all of them. Begrudgingly, I've seen them all. But this last one where I just like, you know what? This all makes sense now. Let's go.
As long as Vin Diesel can stand and say the word family, they keep making movies.
Yeah, and the Coronas, man. Cookie Coronas in every movie.
The memes are superb, man. I've seen a lot of memes on the internet, and they're like just so funny. I don't think you need to know the last movie. You just need to know family. That's all you need to know.
Well, it makes sense. Why? Because in the last movie, like if you turn it into a drinking game and say, okay, every time somebody says family, take a drink, you're smashed 15 minutes into this movie. Like you're done.
Oh, oh man. That's funny. Oh,
it's
man.
that hardcore.
It's that much. That's how much they lean into that meme.
Yeah, man.
That's good. That's good, man. You gotta give people what they want. People want to hear that phrase. It's like, oh, they said it. Let's go a shot.
Yeah, man. It's good. It's good.
Exactly. Cool. Well, I'm actually curious to hear what Tyler has to say about Old. So I'm gonna ask you next week.
All right.
I'm gonna watch it. Don't get me wrong. I may wait until like.
I'm gonna watch it when it comes out on TV or whatever, like something that I can stream it, because I'm not
Disney Plus. I'm just kidding. It's not Disney Plus. I think it's gonna be like Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus, yeah.
Quiet Place 2 is on Paramount Plus now.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I might have to, fork up for that. We'll see.
We can work something out, man.
Oh.
We can make something happen.
Oh, okay.
Because I want to watch it too. I was like, oh, it looks so cool. I want to watch it. I know Tyler. Did you like the first one, Quiet Place, Tyler?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Car's dad told me a bit about the second one, so I'm excited to watch
it. Ah.
Tyler's a John Krasinski fan.
I am a fanboy.
Yeah, he's pretty good. It's good to see him in a role that's not The Office.
Yeah, he's broken out quite a bit.
It's good to see him be a good actor. Oh,
he's a good actor, man. What are you talking about? He's like you like the guy. He's likable.
No, I liked him and everything. Actually, you know what I liked him more in that TV show he had during the quarantine on YouTube.
Oh, Some Good News.
Good News. Yeah, Some Good News.
Yeah,
I
watched a little bit of that. But I couldn't keep.
He's just a good guy, likable guy.
Yeah, man. He's a good human being.
With him. Yeah, I would have beers with him. If he ever invites me for a beer, I would totally go. Oh man.
I mean, I'd put out. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean that's something else. I was just saying.
Okay.
If you want to take it to the next level, but anyway, all right, guys.
I'm just saying.
With that,
close the curtain.
We'll see you next week. Peace.
See ya.
Thank you for listening. If you like this podcast, please give us a star, heart, or leave us a review. You can follow us on Twitch, Twitter, or YouTube at Pubstomp Podcast. That's PUBSTOMPOD cast. For more episodes, go to anchor.fm/Pubstomp. Music provided by 99 Lives. Credits are in the episode description.